So today we're diving into some really fascinating material about using humor, not just in life, but in business.
Right.
We've got insights from a former stand-up comedian, a laughter coach, and the goal here is to unpack how humor can be a shortcut to, influence and profit.
Hmm.
And crucially, without having to act like a clown.
Exactly. And the philosophy that runs through all of this is, well, it's brilliantly simple. It's when they're laughing with you, they're buying from you.
Okay.
The humor just kind of bypasses all that logic.
Yeah.
It works where data fails because, facts tell, but feelings sell. It just connects on an emotional level,
Yeah.
lowers their guard.
Let's get concrete then. There's a perfect case study for this, the attention profit.
Oh, yeah.
So this guy, Mike Searles, he applies for a job at Searles, Australia, notices his name, Searles with an S, is almost identical to the company name.
And he actually put that in the cover letter.
He did. He basically said they should give him an interview for that reason alone.
That's such cheeky humor. And it worked. I mean, it cut right through the noise, didn't it?
It did. It got him the interview, then the job, and he ended up making nearly $1 million there. But, you have to ask, was that just luck? Or was it the humor?
Well, the material suggests it's more than luck. It's about signaling confidence. And that same quick wit can get you out of a real pickle.
Right, like that story about the medical rep. First visit, and he tells the doctor he's fallen in love with the receptionist.
A classic foot-and-mouth moment.
And she turns out to be the doctor's wife.
Oof. Yeah, that's when the floor just opens up beneath you.
But the save was perfect. He didn't stammer. He just said, "Understood, doc. Off limits, but I can still drop off pens and pads for both of you," right?
See, that's it. Instant recovery. It shows he's human, he's confident. It's like humor is damage control, which I guess brings us to the actual toolkit. You don't just have to be born funny.
Exactly. You don't need to write jokes. The material lays out 5 types of humor based on their purpose. First, you have relatable humor, which just says, "I get you."
Mm-hmm.
And then, maybe the most powerful for business, self-deprecating humor.
And this is where it gets interesting, because there's a big condition. It really only works if you're already seen as competent.
Why is that?
Because it signals you're secure. You're confident enough to admit a small flaw. It actually builds credibility because you're not taking yourself too seriously.
Then you've got situational humor, which is just being present, like that Bob Hook story where he knocks the mic and says, "You're nervous too, you fool."
Yeah. And there's contrast humor and observational wit, too.
Yeah.
But the physical side of this it's incredible. The laughter yoga expert points out that your body doesn't know the difference between real and simulated laughter.
So you can just decide to laugh.
You can.
Mm.
And your body just instantly releases all those feel-good chemicals, dopamine, serotonin, while cutting the stress hormones. It snaps you into the present and shoots more oxygen to your brain.
Okay, so let's tie this all back to the bottom line. The material says humor creates 3 kinds of profit. First, attention profit, it gets you heard. Second, trust profit. That shared vulnerability builds authenticity faster than anything. And third, longevity profit. People remember how you made them feel.
It's so powerful.
Yeah.
But we have to hit the big caveat, right? You can't overdo it. You mentioned self-deprecation. If you use it too much, don't you just look incompetent?
That's the warning.
Humor is the seasoning, not the meal. You can't force it, you can't reuse old jokes, and you definitely can't joke at someone else's expense. It's for opening doors, not replacing the actual substance.
So that's really the key then. It has to be light, deliberate, and, authentic. It shows you're serious, just not heavy.
Right. And if you're listening to this and thinking, I'm just not a funny person, try the intentional laughter thing. You don't need a joke to get the benefit. So here's a thought. Next time you lose your keys or your phone and you feel that panic start to rise, what if you just tried to laugh it off first? See if that rush of oxygen helps you find them any faster.